I just appreciate everything. Sierra Vista helped me out a lot, and meeting the people and the people in the community that supported me. It's the reason why I'm here doing the things I'm doing.
Everyone knows at Cool FM Live, we love shining the spotlight on our incredible student athletes. And today we're going to talk to a very special former area student athlete who has gone on to do incredible things in the world of college football. All the way from the University of Massachusetts, we welcome Jovani Borbon to the Student Athlete Spotlight, brought to you by the Morse Automotive Group, Sierra Vista and Cochise County, backed by Morse. Gio, you're looking great, man. How are you?
I'm good. Never been better. It's been great.
Man, I love seeing the UMass shirt there representing. What year are you in now in this college football experience of yours?
So on the sheet, I'm a grad student now. So
okay.
I'm a bit older. This is my last year of eligibility at UMass. So 1 year of football left and 1 year of school. So yeah, I'm on the last dance for sure.
Well, and making it count every single step along the way. What I'd like to do is I'd like to just kind of go back in time. A lot of people remember you from your time at Buena High School, but it didn't start there. This started with your journey growing up in Tombstone, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah.
What was that like back then? Because you graduated from Buena in 2020, so you're going to school in Tombstone in the early to mid 2000s, all the way up. Yeah.
Yeah. So To keep it long story short, I met Coach Thomas when I was really young. I think in second grade when I met Coach Thomas. I grew up in Tombstone. My family all is still there. My grandparents, my uncles and aunts still live there. My nieces and nephews all go to Walter J. But I went there kindergarten through 8th grade, and I met Coach Thomas when he was the PE teacher for me in second grade. And since then, we had a relationship develop and to what it is now, of course. But ultimately made the decision with my family to go to Buena to play on a bigger stage and kind of.
Yeah, because once you get to that point where you're living in Tombstone, you do have the option of actually going to a different school. You don't have to go to Tombstone High School, and you made the choice to go to Buena because that's where Coach Thomas was.
Exactly. And for a year, I did the commute. My freshman year, I did the commute back and forth. And my going into sophomore year, we ended up moving to Sierra Vista. My family, so it was much easier for me to be there rather than having to go back for Tombstone every day. But yeah, so I went to Buena and did that. Of course, played quarterback there and loved it. Every second of it was amazing. I still miss high school football to this day.
Let's talk about a little bit about that. That impact that Coach Thomas had on your life. I had that on the list here to discuss with you. I didn't know it went all the way back to second grade. That's absolutely unbelievable to think about how long that you two were a partnership together, even way back when. But then moving on into high school, saying, you know what, I'm going to go to Buena. I'm going to play for Coach Thomas and do this. What were some of the main things that he was able to teach you during your high school career that helped you on this platform, on this road to eventually landing at UMass? We'll talk about the other stops along the way, but getting to where you are right now, what are some of those tangible things, or maybe intangible things that he was able to instill in you back in the late 2000 teens that help you even today?
I think even speaking to some athletes when I go back home and I'm speaking to the team or even younger kids, it's the accountability factor that was real big with him. That, we don't speak every day, but when we do speak, it's like it was when I was in high school again. The trust is there, the honesty is there, the love is always there. And not to backtrack a little bit, but I was in 7th grade and Coach Thomas was giving me the playbook to learn this before you get here. The trust was developed when I was young. So, he obviously seen something in me, which I appreciate till this day, but the accountability factor with him, the way he was raised and the way he instills that into the Buena football team now is what they teach in college. It's very similar to being on time, to treating everyone the way you want to be treated, to having integrity, to jogging off the field. Those little things, we ended practice today and we break on the 50-yard line and everyone jogs off the field. I've been doing that since I was 14, with him. It's little things like you said, the intangibles, the having integrity, um, doing it for the name on the front, and then the back will prosper. Stuff like that. Kind of as I got older, I can see it. When you're really young and you're in it, and you're 15 and 16, you're kind of like, oh, this dude's just talking. I can't wear my hat backwards. I can't cuss. I can't, it's the things when I'm 23 now, and I'm thinking, I just look back like very grateful to be in that situation with those coaches at the time, Coach Boutte and Coach Young and Keough and Thomas, those coaches and male figures that helped me a lot being at that age, and the growth that was happening, being on varsity. It was a lot, and we were coming off hard times. But yeah, elongated answer, but I'm really grateful to be where I was during that specific time with those coaches.
I love that answer. It's awesome to think about as a former Buena football player myself, 20 years your prior, a little bit under 20 years your prior, kind of going up, no, 30 years your prior. Oh my gosh, I can't do the math right. 30 years your prior. Being able to watch a program get built and then be a part of something that you were in that window of time, 2017, 18, 19, 20, or the 16, 17, 18, 19, because you graduated in 2020.
Exactly.
Having that shift in the mindset where Buena ended up really becoming a winning program, and you were on the cusp of that to maintain where it is today. Do you keep up with the program at all?
I do. And it's funny because I think I'm one of the ones that keep up with it the most, not just because I was a starting quarterback for so long, but I really love to see every time I talk to Coach Thomas, I always reiterate, we will never go back to like what it was. It was rough coming. I mean, my freshman year, we were 0-10. People just think it was sunshine and rainbows. No, my freshman year, we were 0-10. So it takes time, but I love to watch on Facebook, and I love to just see the live stream. That's one of my favorite things. I'll sit in the hotel during game days. This year, they put us in the hotel before the game, and I'll sit up on my MacBook just like I am right now, and I'll watch the game in the hotel. It's soothing to me, and it's good to see, like seeing the quarterback sling the ball last year. I mean, it was great. The running backs were running all over the place. And Coach Thomas is still running the same plays that I still know like the back of my hand. It's awesome to see, and I love it. Like I just love the growth in it, the steps and the building of the program now. It's earned and it's deserved.
Well, and I think you're a part of that legacy too, the one that continues on in this legacy of excellence that did start in a rough way. But again, what it's done over the last several years, these different iterations, these different chapters, and Buena's going to be embarking upon a new chapter this coming year with a brand new quarterback. What kind of advice would you have to someone who is playing quarterback at Buena High School?
An advice to a quarterback is kind of very broad, because it's like this quarterback, you got to know everything and you got to be the best. And when I watch our quarterbacks, how they operate every day here, they're the president of the team. They're the guy that speaks to everyone. They're the voice. They're the face. So as a young quarterback, in high school, it's good to connect with everyone. It's good to know your long snapper, how I am now. It's good to speak to the janitor. It's good to learn as much as you can. I took advantage of that at Buena when I was during my time from freshman to senior year, to getting to know as many people as I could in the community, on the team, the coaching staff, learning as many plays as I could, learning different positions. And ultimately that put me in where I'm at now. I never would have thought ended up long snapping. But when I look back to high school and the pivots I made, like I would tell a young quarterback coming up, when you're getting older in high school, if certain things aren't happening, don't be scared to try another position or learn a different thing in a sense of football realm. If this is not working out, don't be scared to pivot and go this way or learn a new thing or a position or any type of sport. If football's not working out, man, play a different sport. This quarterback's not working out, play free safety. I think being in high school in that age, it's time for just change and learning. Nothing's set in stone, and just yeah, take advantage of it. High school is the best. And I would tell any quarterback, any athlete at Buena, just to put yourself out there, do as much as you can, enjoy high school, work hard. I mean, all the basics. It sounds cliche, but it's true. Still, what I live by it till this day.
Now, it's fantastic to think about. And you talk about the pivot. I'd like to talk about, before we talk to the pivot of changing positions on the field, what was the pivot like coming out of Buena, graduating in the class of 2020, literally as the world is shutting down? You have your game film. You're sending it off to these colleges. Where did that land you first? And in that fall of 2020, what was that like? And where'd you start your college football journey?
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people may not understand. I know you speaking with people that football, it clicks fast, but with me is I thought I was going to go somewhere ultimately bigger than I did coming out of high school. And when that didn't happen, I was pushing a lot of the film out to as many schools as I could. And Division II offers were coming in, Division III to play quarterback. And in my mind, I'm like, can I play quarterback? Do I still have the ability to play quarterback, which I thought I did and still think I can till this day, but I don't have the height ability to play quarterback. So
give us your stats, your height, weight right now.
I'm 5'10", 210, 207.
Okay.
I need to be at 210 though. The Giant said I need to be at 210, so I'm getting to 210. But yeah, when I come to the senior year of high school and I'm coming to the last games, my mind, I'm thinking as a student athlete at Buena High School, maybe now coming up on their year, like, I don't have any big offers. Like, what can I do to put myself in the best situation? And talking to the coaches and trusting them. And ultimately, I went junior college, which at the time I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know what this Arizona league was about. I was putting my faith into just anything at the moment and still thought I could play quarterback. So when I get to junior college, COVID's, you said, shuts everything down. It's at the peak of COVID. And we play a couple games playing quarterback, and they bring in a guy, and I stop playing, and I'm sitting on the bench, and I'm kind of ride out the first year, get my year back from COVID, decide to come back to junior college the second year, get my associates. I was doing my associates through Paradise Valley Community College.
Okay.
So I was there, but I was playing in the Arizona League. I don't know if they still have it, but I was in that, which was brand new as well.
Yeah.
So it was all new to me. And so I come back the second year and know in my mind right then and there, something switched about playing quarterback. It's not that I couldn't or I didn't believe in myself, but something told me to make a pivot and make a change where this could eventually lead to something else. And we didn't have a long snapper on the team. And we had tryouts at a random day on some dirt, practicing junior college where guys are from everywhere. And my coach said, yeah, you can snap pretty good. Like, why don't you try to do it like as something? I was like, you know what? And right then and there, it seems weird to say, but man, I just took it upon myself and my family. And I was flying to Wisconsin to train with NFL long snappers. And I went to camps in Vegas and came back and went to another camp in Vegas. And I got ranked pretty high in junior college. And essentially, not to go on to the story, but that's how it kind of sparked something. And where maybe I could do this. Maybe this could pay for school. Maybe I could play at the highest level like I've always dreamt of.
A D1 level. That was the goal.
Yeah.
And so after Paradise Valley, where does that take you next?
Paradise Valley, my second year, I'm a long snapper the entire year. I play on kickoff and I do other things at junior college. But if anyone's watching, a junior college athlete, it's really crazy. And to be honest, it was so disorganized and we were everywhere. Guys didn't really hang out with each other. It was everyone's grinding in junior college to go to the next level, period. So it's in my second year after junior college, SMU offers me a partial. So I go to SMU immediately in a heartbeat. And
Southern Methodist University.
Yeah, Southern Methodist in Dallas. Yeah. And I understand they have an older snapper there. Okay, I'm thinking I'd go redshirt my first year, learn, I'm in Dallas, I'm trying to go to the business school. I'm just doing as much as I can. And so I understand what I was getting myself into. My first year at SMU, I redshirted, didn't play in the game, was backing up a really good long snapper. And come second year, we have an okay season. Come second year, we're on fire. And I had the sense of maybe he's going to leave. He decides to come back because of his COVID year. So he takes his COVID year like I took mine in junior college and comes back, which I'm like, okay, I'm going to compete. I'm not scared of anything. Let's do it. So we go back and forth all season. Maybe I'm playing in a game here. I have one snap here, and then he takes some snaps. I have one snap here, then so I played in the games, and I had a great experience at SMU. I loved it. We won the conference championship against Tulane. I got my undergrad, sports business law and management. It was amazing. But stuff like that happens where this is where the story kind of gets a bit different. I was put in a position at SMU to be around the best of the best. But when I wasn't given the opportunity to show my best, essentially. So, we met with the special teams coordinator, both of us did, and he said, we're going to go with him on full scholarship, and you can either stay or leave. And in college football, that's business.
Yep.
I think they would have loved to have me, but my dream was to play Division I football on the field for myself and show my family and everyone back in Sierra Vista and Tombstone I can do it. And ultimately, I said, okay. Like I said, I got my undergrad and I entered the transfer portal, and that leads me to McNeese State in Louisiana, which I'm very grateful as well for them. They put me on full ride, not knowing if I could really play or not, trusting that they saw the film and my coaches and the opinions of others about me. And I get to McNeese State last year, January, and just hit the road running. I mean, I'm in grad school. I was, again 22 at the time, and have probably one of the best years you could have as a long snapper. Knock on wood, this one to be better this year. But my punter and I were both All-Americans. I led the FCS in tackles last year, long snapping tackles. I had 4 tackles. I first team all-conference in the Southland, and then I was, like I said, second team All-American in the country, 132 FCS teams. My punter was a freshman All-American. He transferred to Kansas, and I transferred to University of Massachusetts to give myself that fulfilling, my dream was to play at the highest level of football on the field, playing against, we play Iowa this year at Iowa. We play at Missouri this year at Mizzou at 8:30 at night on primetime ESPN. That was for me, and I've got that at UMass, and it's been nothing but great. I mean, I love it here. I love the staff. My position coach is amazing. My special teams unit is the best of the best. I mean, the way they treat me here is incredible. I'm in a really good master's program, Eisenberg, and I couldn't be happier to be here, lack of better words.
That's absolutely incredible talking about that. By the way, you're watching the Student Athlete Spotlight with Jovani Borbon here, brought to you by the Ed Morse Automotive Group, Sierra Vista and Cochise County, backed by Morse. You talked about that transfer portal. I know it ends up being controversial in a lot of ways from maybe some old school people looking at, why are they doing that? But I mean, I think watching athletes like yourself being able to take advantage of that window and know that you can actually find the spot for you that will make the biggest difference. And I think it actually helps the programs as well. Can you give us a little insight into how that transfer portal, how you've been able to use that to your advantage?
Yeah, and what you said, you just hit the nail on the head. The older generation or coaches, and sometimes the way people look at my journey, it's, why are you transferring? Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you just leaving schools? A transfer portal, some people can get stuck in a sense where you either transfer, for people, you think you either transfer from a school because, one, you got in trouble, 2, you didn't play, 1, you want to do better for yourself. And I believe that. Transfer portal, every time I left and I entered the transfer portal, was putting faith in myself to put me ultimately in a better situation. I didn't look at the transfer portal in a bad way. I didn't look at SMU in a I can't play here. Long snapping is the same at every school. A long snapper at Alabama does what I'm doing here. It's no different. It's not that I thought I couldn't do it. It's the belief factor. It's your coaches believing that you could do it, in a sense of, I have a dream in my mind where I think I should be, and maybe some coaches didn't have that for me, And I saw it, and I pivoted, and like you said, I used the transfer portal that ultimately helped me and put me in a better situation. Mind you, for some athletes, it may not do that. The grass isn't always greener. You're playing at Ohio State, and you might hit the transfer portal and think something happens, but you have a 2.0 GPA, and you might end up at a smaller school. There's a lot of factors that go into it. There's a lot of conversations and uncertainty that goes into entering the transfer portal. When you enter the transfer portal, you better be pretty sure you are either going to end up somewhere better, or you're going to be on full scholarship or closer to your family, make sure it works out in your benefit. So.
Awesome. We want to fix that? Okay, that's okay. That's all right. Just had a little window pop up, making sure that's all clear now. So, we got 10 minutes left. All right, we got 10 minutes left on this. So, as we continue this fun journey here, talking to you, Jovani, about this amazing career from middle school into Buena, into this amazing college football journey, talk about your senior season. This is your last college football shot, man, right here at UMass. You talked about going to Mizzou. You talked about going to Iowa and doing all these amazing trips, playing these incredible teams. What does your team look like this year?
Yeah, so we just ended our last summer session earlier this morning, and guys are already getting on flights and going back home. My roommate already left back to Cali. And I will say, this team, I've never been more excited for a season than I am now. Seeing the team that we have, the strength staff we had, and UMass coming off kind of not so good years, rebuilding and doing it fast is where our mindset's at, and which I love, because one, this is my last year, so it's like, wait, why not end on a bang? But from my point of view and the way the spectrum is for me, I think that it's a senior season, so obviously I have to have the best year possible. And with that being said, we have a really good punter, Keegan Andrews, who transferred from Texas A&M, who's going to help me out a lot, and I'm going to help him out a lot. Derek Morris, our starting kicker here, he's going to do great for us, transfer from Cal. Super excited that I have guys around me that are not only I'm helping them, but they're going to help me in the spec unit. As a long snapper, you only can do so much. But my thing is, I try to just be where my feet are at all the time, and I have a good season, and having a good season and consistent snaps, get me some tackles, will ultimately put me in situations to level up in a way, if that makes sense. Pro day's in April, so I'll do a pro day and give it my shot. I would regret it if I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I would not fulfill what I've spoke about since I was 5 years old if I didn't. And it's only driven me even more being here. And like I said, talking to a couple guys in the NFL and some NFL coaches about where I need to be at with my weight and my snap times. And like I said, our Jim here is amazing. He's with the Giants. He just gets me on the phone with the Giants right away, and he just straight tells me their special teams coordinator, you got to be 210 pounds, and then we can talk business. Stuff like that, it just motivates me. It's different now. So it's a business, and I'm fully bought into where I'm at, and just excited.
Because that was my next question: is where's the ceiling? What is the next goal? And you're looking at NFL.
Yeah, and that's the dream. There's 32 NFL teams and there's 32 long snappers. The percentage of it's obviously hard.
Yeah,
I've done a lot of hard things, and it doesn't scare me. I'm never nervous to do it. I know the work that I put in and the relationships that I've made will handle itself, and nothing comes from the season other than have the best year possible and let's win some games. The stuff outside of it, 6 months from now, we'll handle it. I don't try to worry about that, but I know that's in the foresight of where that's written down in my room, but I know that I have to have a good year. I have to have perfect field goal snaps. I have to have perfect punt snaps, make a couple tackles on prime time. Maybe we have a really good year in the MAC. We win the MAC. We go to a bowl game. Stuff like that is what's going to lead to putting me in the position of playing at the highest level.
Oof, man, this is exciting. It's going to be a great year ahead. We can't wait to watch you. Before I let you go, I do want to talk about people your age, maybe some people my age really enjoy this thing called video games. Now, there's a certain video game called EA Sports College Football 26. And for anyone who is out there looking for that game, there's actually a playable character on that game named Jovani Borbon. How exciting is that? What is that like? I mean, what would a 5-year-old you end up saying all these, like way back when about, oh my gosh, I'm a playable video game character? What would go through your mind for something like that?
Like you said, you just said exactly kind of like where my mind was at when I first seen it, because obviously we know we're going to be in the video game. Every college football player gets $1,500 for being in the game. So that helped me out a little bit. Pays for some couple payments on my car. And, but like you said, I was 5 years old playing the game. Man, if I was in the video game, so it almost makes you emotional, because looking at it, I turn the game on in my apartment here and I go to the depth chart and I'm looking and I'm like, dang, that's me. It says my name, my height, my weight, my first, last name, where I'm from, Sierra Vista, Arizona. And I'm just grateful, it's just a lot of pride in seeing that. I see a couple of my nieces or nephews will play the game and text me like, I'm playing as you. You scored a touchdown. They'll move me to the quarterback or something. And it's just awesome. I love it. And like I said, I think that being one of the first, or I think the first from Sierra Vista to be in a video game, don't quote me. I'm just,
I don't know anybody else.
I think it's awesome. I love it, because now it's who's next from Sierra Vista? Exactly. That's the way I look at it. Who's next? Who's going to do it? You just keep
paving the way, man. That's all you're doing, is just paving the way for the next person to do it. And you've done it with excellence. Thank you so much for your time today. It is the Student Athlete Spotlight. Let's talk about your degree program. Your undergrad degree was in?
Sports management, law. So,
okay. And now with the master's program, what are you looking at, and how soon will that be completed?
Business analytics. I'll graduate in December.
Awesome, man. Oh my gosh. Well, all the best to you. Your family loves you and misses you, and your mom was the one who helped set this up. So thank you so much for your time, Jovani, and being a part of the Sierra Vista legacy that continues on even right now at the University of Massachusetts. There he is. Let me know when I can get an autographed jersey, and we'll get that framed, and I'll have that in my...
I was going to say, before you guys cut it out, thank you again. I appreciate it. I've seen Cool FM from my freshman year grow to what it is now. And I'm looking at it like, dang, this looks like I'm on ESPN, because I remember you coming to the football games like it wasn't like this before. But yeah, no, thank you, Jeff. Seriously, I appreciate everything you guys do, and staying in contact. Our first game's August 30th, and I'll put an order in about a week or so, and I'll send a box with some shirts and stuff in it.
That'd be amazing. Oh, dude. Well, we can't wait for that. We can't wait for August 30th. And again, all those primetime games that you're going to be in on ESPN. It's going to be absolutely awesome to watch your upcoming season. The long snapper for the University of Massachusetts, the one, the only, Jovani Borbon. Thank you so much, Jovani. And thank you for watching this episode of Student Athlete Spotlight, brought to you by the Ed Morse Automotive Group, Sierra Vista and Cochise County, backed by Morse. Please do us a favor. Share this video around. Whether you're watching in Massachusetts or anywhere across the country, know that there are Sierra Vista folks doing amazing things with their student athlete experience that they've made here, going all the way to the top. And we can't wait to see you this season, Jovani. Thanks again, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Cool. Take care.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was absolutely awesome. Holy cow. That was so cool.